I am Jeanette Moya de la Rosa, my parents' oldest child. This past year, we've been surrounded by so much prayer, love, and support, we can't begin to explain how much you have helped us get through daily. This is our story. Since the day we brought Mom home on hospice, so many of you came to visit. And during those days, we learned that Mom touched so many of you with her advice, her love, and her time. While listening to the stories you shared, it's obvious that you also felt the love Mom gave us daily. Hector Moya and Sylvia Gutierrez met at Rhodes Middle School and fell in young love, which through the years brought them to marry shortly after graduating high school on June 26, 1971, with a courthouse ceremony and a trip to the Malt House to celebrate their unity. She was a cosmetologist by trade that she put aside to become a stay-at-home mom in December of 1972 because I was on the way. From 1972 to 1982, the Moyas welcomed 3 children, Jeanette, Hector Jason, and Stephen Lee. Jay and I spent the first part of our childhood living on the west side of San Antonio on San Fernando. It was those years that molded us as a family. Daddy worked hard and Mom stayed home. We didn't have much, but we did have love and family close by because Mom's grandfather, her brother Vico, and her sister Diana lived across the street. When I was headed to the first grade, we moved to our forever home on Sacramento. Shortly after our move, our abuelito and our abuelita and our Uncle Tony moved 2 blocks behind us on Santa Ana. Stephen was born a few years later and our story began. It is then the flood of family traditions and memories start. Mom captured so many of our moments and those of others through the years. And we love that we have huge bins of pictures to look back on. We have always been surrounded by our family and friends who became family. Mom loved to entertain, decorate, bake, and listen to music. We were introduced to her 45s and oldies at an extremely young age. She loved to share memories she had associated to each song. My cousin Barbara and I would spend hours with her just listening. Music, dancing, and good times was a favorite pastime for us all, especially at our house. We learned about true love and devotion by witnessing the love our parents shared up until her last breath. We grew up loved, supported, and encouraged. Mom was always our biggest cheerleader and our harshest critic. She was a tough love kind of mom and an even tough love kind of grandma. She never sugarcoated anything. She would give us a look, and that was all it took with us, even up to our adulthood. As we grew older, she became our confidant. We each brought our adult issues to Ma. She would listen and flat out tell us what she wanted, and she didn't care if it hurt our feelings. For me, I know I walked away a few times wishing I had just kept my mouth shut. Mom started her babysitting adventures with her great niece, my goddaughter Nikki. She loved having a little girl in the house again. Nikki was the introduction to having kids in the house. Sylvia went back to work after Stephen graduated high school in 2000. She was an overnight international operator for Quest Communications. She stopped working once again for her family to be a full-time grandma, also known as Ma. Ma gained a daughter-in-law in Lupita and a son-in-law in John, along with babysitting and grandma times we blessed her with. My mom loved her huercos. Jason Hector, Karina Marisol, Jake Matthew, Jaden Luke, and Julian Daniel. The memories they will carry of what they called Ma's school will forever be in their hearts. They've grown up more as siblings and less as cousins. If one was coming over to stay, she requested they all come so that they could be together. Through all these times, Mom has one person by her side, her mom, our Nana. As the kids got into school, Mom and Nana hung out daily. Bingo, daily lunches, early dinners, trips to Kickapoo, and just random daily adventures for those two. I was always so jealous when social media came to play because Mom would check them in everywhere they went while I sat at my desk working, wishing I could be with them. In September 2018, my work life ended and my full-time daughter life began. I had no idea what was about to begin. Mom had several doctor's appointments that she was constantly going to. She never wanted anyone to go with her, She never needed help, and she kept saying, "Don't worry about it, I got it." Ma wouldn't ask for help ever, but she would take it when it was offered. I began to spend each day and night with her in the hospital beginning in January, the time she was admitted, and became my mom's new voice in February. I could not have done this without the support of my loving brothers who helped lead me down the path God had in store for Mom. I'm forever grateful for my dad to trust my judgment in all the decisions I made, and for allowing me to be the woman Mom raised. Strong, loving, and fierce. Those three words are what make up our Sylvia Gutierrez Moya, our mom, our ma, our everything. Thank you for being part of our journey.
Just a moment of your time. Would you be so kind as to give to